Winning! Always winning. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Armenian Council for Truth in Journalism. I'm your intrepid host, Thaddeus Preston, aka Nick Way. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, chop it up in the comments on YouTube and the TMI site on Facebook. We're at Twitter, at DACTJ, so please subscribe, sign up, like, and share that as well. And I am just following the new guidance, because 2 masks are better than... I'm getting winded. Okay. All right, that didn't work out the way I expected. How you doing, Sean?
Is it okay to speak?
Go ahead.
Wait, how does this work?
See, I'm good. You can talk.
Okay.
But when I start talking, you probably want to put your 2 layers of facial protection on because 2 masks are better than 2 or 3.
You know, I've got to be honest. I don't think I have any masks anywhere around here.
Good on you. Good on you.
I forgot my mask. I was told that this is the next best thing.
You know.
That are not breathing or talking. Because like, just put a plastic bag over your head and just suffocate. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You ain't gonna catch it, and you'll die.
Well, but what is the deal with them now doing anal tests with the anal swab? And I mean, does that prove what we feared most? I think that's just a sick
Chinese fetish. I think this is a sick Chinese fetish.
Well, maybe they're just trolling us, where it's like the CCP is like, they're well aware of who we have in the executive branch. And they're like, if we do this over here, do you think we can get Americans to stick swabs up their kids' butt before they go to school?
Let's see what round I do when we say stick up their bum.
And then we do it.
Speaking of ass.
Oh.
The voice from the sky.
Is that
like
Jay's latest.
Like that.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
It's very good.
Coming at you hot.
It works really well.
Funny thing that meme stocks are a thing.
Why are you echoing?
I don't know. Why am I echoing?
Why are you screaming?
I'm not screaming.
Stop screaming.
Why are we here?
We're here
to real life.
We're here as the council.
Went from zero to
advocate truth in journalism or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Truth in journalism.
But I was gonna say, everybody was expecting the Civil War that they wanted. Yeah. They got it, but it was in the stock market.
So I guess I don't know, where do we want to start? Do we want to start with that because that's that's kind of a happy news, and then there's other news we would want to.
You want to start with the happy news, or do you want to just go straight to the sad news? Fury, what's your attitude about some of the stuff that's come out about Enrique Tarrio?
Well, it's obviously made to. Am I echoing or is somebody else echoing?
There's a definite echo here. Maybe we're just in the Grand Canyon of,
that's okay.
of small-time podcasting.
Enrique Tarrio has proved a couple different things with how the government gets down. One of them is they like to sow dissent and doubt, especially in anybody's kind of nomenclature or movement. And that's what they did. And they showed how easily, if you even worked with them even a little bit, how they'll dime you out in a heartbeat and drop you like a bad habit. Even if you just like helped a little bit or was cooperative, they'll make it as you were working for us. If that sows doubt and dissension in your network.
Yeah. This is what they did to the podcast.
Push your mic really far away from you.
Can you hear me now better?
Yeah.
Still echoing.
I'm not hearing an echo.
What about
maybe you're not in the Grand Canyon?
I'm sorry, everybody. It was good.
No, you're fine over there. Relax. Calm the fuck down.
No, don't relax.
Well,
get excited.
Dan is literally yelling at me in the comment section.
Literally.
Now he's really yelling.
Civilian climate
goal. Serious. It's serious business now. No, so yeah, this is what they did to the Black Panthers. This is what they did to the 60s radical movements that are anti-war. They basically sow enough dissent, and outright infiltrated. a lot of these organizations and basically rip them apart from the inside out. Also, we're now, I mean, if you look at the way that the Reuters article was basically put down, like right wing Proud Boys, extremist Proud Boys, just kind of these words there. And there are a lot of qualifier words in there too, right? Like it didn't really explain hardcore what the cooperation was about, what it was for, this and that. Either way, this is how they go after your leaders. They did this for Martin Luther King. They did this with Malcolm X. They did this with a lot of anti-war protesters in that time period. They're literally the Democrats or the people in power, the progressives in power, the leftists who are now in power, who grew up in the era where the government was more conservative and went after them and went after their movements. They're literally adapting the same tactics to break up populist movements. To dovetail that into Wall Street Bets. Wall Street Bets is nothing more
you just
than
ran right
Occupy
into
Wall Street.
That was great.
I like it. Wall Street Bets. Come on.
Keep
Give us the
going,
sauce, T Daddy.
Wall Street
Give
Bets.
us the sauce, T Daddy.
Wall Street Bets is basically Occupy Wall Street personified in an actual movement that actually pushed back against the powerful. So at the end of the day, like we should probably explain what just happened here and why this is basically going to cause a backlash similar to what we're going to get because of the Capitol Hill riots. They're going to be a pushback. They are already banning the subreddits for which this group congregated and basically formulated the plan to basically pull a short squeeze on these major hedge funds that were downplaying stocks like AMC for good reason, GameStop for good reason, Nokia for good reason, and a couple of other companies. Oh, BlackBerry. Yeah. Did you get in on BB too?
Yeah, I got it.
There's about 14 companies, I think.
Yeah, actually, my man Chris Manning sent me posted something on Twitter, and there's a whole site with there's like a list of 50 of them.
Dude,
that are like short markets.
The meme stocks have proven a couple different things. One, regular people can affect the fucking giant sharks on Wall Street. One. Two, it was a big ass joke that they were like, fuck it, YOLO. And they yeet dogged fucking shitty stocks that big companies are losing 100% out on. And these stocks are still growing. Yeah,
I saw it explained this way. Let's dumb this down for you apes. Let's say 5 bananas currently cost $10. One ape on the market has 5 bananas. Snake asks to borrow 5 bananas for a bit and instead sells the 5 bananas thinking price will go down soon. He thinks he can buy them later for less and give them back to the ape, so he makes profit on the difference. Group of apes notice what stupid snakes are doing and decide to buy all bananas on the market until snakes have no other choice than to buy from the group of apes in order to return what they borrowed. If a group of apes stay strong, then the price will go skyrocketing.
Apes together strong.
And if you pull this off and you scare the powers that be, here's how it starts.
They'll say no more collecting coconuts.
Yeah, no more talking about coconuts.
Yeah, no more talking about collecting coconuts or working collectively.
Well,
isn't this nothing more than collective bargaining?
Clearly, you're all racist if you guys get together and butt fuck us in the stock market. Clearly.
Well, white people on Reddit really fucked up the Apple stock today.
What'd they do?
And Tesla.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. All the Nasdaq stocks and tech stocks fell today, but I think Apple.
There are other underlying fundamental reasons why there's a retreat. This meme war, the meme wars moved into the stock market is not.
It's the best.
Primary. It's the best. But it's not the primary reason.
But this isn't the Civil War we asked for. This is the Civil War we fucking got.
Does this kind of go back to what you've always said, Fury, where you've been a strong believer that trolls would save the world?
Yes. I said that if your enemy goes to ground, leave no motherfucking ground to go to. So wherever they're going to ban us or fuck us up, we're going to the next theater of war, and we're going to continue to fuck you up. Like, clearly our priorities are the verbiage of the China virus not being allowed to be used by executive order in federal agencies. That's one of our priorities.
Did you get a COVID test with your ass yet?
No, I have not gotten a COVID test with my ass yet. I don't know where my
What
ass
is it with Asian people and wanting to stick things up people's asses?
I like ass.
I do too. I would
God
key
damn
it, but
Jay.
there's children watching. Oh no, I did it anyway.
Oh, you did it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Good
That's,
Okay,
Lord.
that's a butt.
That was quick.
It's quite a bit. Well, there might be children watching.
Yeah,
I dare you. I
traumatized.
dare you to do it now. I dare
It's
you.
one
I dare
hell
you.
of a turd cut.
I dare you. I dare you. I bet you won't do it. I dare you. I dare you.
I'll do this meme.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
But we've got our priorities obviously set forth. That's the verbiage of all the federal agencies not using the term China virus. We are looking at taxing the fuck out of people's mileage because they drive to and from work. The bill that they're floating about taxing everybody for their firearms, so it's going to be tax evasion. It isn't going to be taking your 2A. You won't be able to afford your 2A. So we're talking about $200 a weapon.
Well, I think they learned a lot.
We don't know if that's reoccurring or not.
Well,
we don't know if that's a one-time flat fee, or is this a yearly thing, or is it fiscal year? I mean,
it's whatever they'll need it to be effective. There's a reason why John Roberts is the Chief Justice.
Yeah. So, Jay, you got that? Did you cut up that clip for me of the lady from the CEO of NASDAQ talking about that?
Give me 2 seconds. No, I don't have to cut it up. What I'll do is I'll just YouTube link it up.
All right, cool. But yeah, so they're going to go after us in all aspects of this. They're going to the quarters of Signal. They're and looking for hate speech and misinformation or disinformation. They're going to Telegram and they're looking for misinformation, hate speech, and whatever. They're turning this group of meme lords who basically autistically found a short in the system and took advantage of this short in the system by doing a short squeeze.
That they always do. That they themselves always utilize.
So let me explain why this happened to everybody, okay? You gave a bunch of angry young men who lost their goddamn jobs. You handed them a fuck ton of money and nothing to do but sit at home all day and look at TikTok videos, YouTube videos, Instagram videos about financial markets. And they got angry because they saw people like Gates. They saw people like Bezos' wealth skyrocket. So these guys who had tons of time on their hand, and most of them lots of money, decided to find a glitch in the system. Guess the fuck what? They found a glitch in the system. Their
after coming public,
not
listed on our exchange. We eliminate it from the market. So that is also part of our role. I think when it comes to some of the latest activities that we've seen, I'm not going to comment on any particular listings, particularly those that are not listed on our exchange. But I think that in general, when we evaluate how we would manage through a situation where you see a significant run up in a stock that's not based on news, that's not based on fundamentals, what we do is we do have technology that evaluates social media chatter.
Again, GameStop, GME, it may not be listed with you, but you have someone on Reddit on this popular site saying, I'm not selling until it gets to at least 1,000 plus. So we know what the underlying business of GameStop is. So how would you describe that? What would you suggest would be a action that someone a regulator that might think that this has gotten out of hand? What would you do? What would you suggest happens here?
Well, I think first I would give some advice to investors that if you think it's too good to be true, it likely is. So I think that also focusing on fundamentals and at least understanding the underpinnings of a company's performance as you're making an investment decision, I think is also an important element of what an investor should be considering as they're making their decisions in the market.
You know what this reminds me of?
At the same time, you are correct that regulators.
You stick your club finger in your mouth.
Let's do the promo.
Gauge the wind.
Right there.
Okay.
StopFlickWick.com.
For 20% off, promo code ACTJ.
Look how awkward he is.
It's beautiful.
So anyway,
so basically,
with that interlude done.
These dudes yeet dog this fucking stock. Okay, so You need to understand something. If you're going to invest and you're going to play meme stocks, it's enter at your own risk. Do not risk something that you are not willing to lose.
Not willing to lose, correct.
So that's part of the premise of these meme stocks. So that's why these boys are riding hard for the brand. Me, I chickened the fuck out today as I was talking to the boys earlier. I said, nope, I'm out. I'm out. As soon as it hits a certain number, I'm not doing the hit me again. Now, I missed out on another $200 to $300 fucking dollars because it closed at 25.67. But that's it's not the face you fuck, it's the fuck you face, okay? So this GameStop, BlackBerry, Nokia, and fucking AMC's failing theaters. These are all completely undervalued, and they're pretty much virtually shit stocks before the meme lords took over. They're letting their money ride until the bubble pops. So that's why if you're going to put your shit in the stocks, you got to set your sight at a number, put that notification on there, because as soon as you hit that number, you got to make that decision now. Cash in or stay and maybe lose shit.
Don't get emotional. Don't get emotional.
That's what's so beautiful about it, though, because that's exactly what all these companies that have like hundreds of assholes that do this shit and topple the market and fuck the market up on purpose. They do this, but nobody blinks an eye. Nobody bitches when they're fucking teamed up.
No, they get bailed out. Like LTM, what was it? Limited Tap. No, there was a company that set the precedent for bailouts in the mid '90s, and it was basically a hedge fund. And it over-leveraged itself, and it could have brought down the financial system. This is a very untold story that happened back in like the late 90s and stuff. And that set the precedent for this shit. And so, but they get bailed out.
Yeah,
but what happened
regular person.
Now you have the distributed nature of retail investing that has been basically, you have Webull, you have Stockpile, you have Robinhood, you have TD Ameritrade, which is basically coming to the market. You have any Tom, Dick, and Harry motherfucker out there doing this shit. And it's just like, look, some of these guys don't even care if they're losing money. It's all about either the lows or vengeance. Because these people are fucking pissed. This is what Occupy Wall Street should have been fucking doing. Instead of sitting in the fucking
they weren't smart enough.
And raping women and smoking fucking dope.
Yeah, they weren't smart enough to do this. So this is what happens when internet trolls and fucking nerdy dudes, this is what happens when they get together and say, all right, let's ante up and do something to fuck this. Let's fuck up this institution now.
This is another form of populism, and now for the serious part, this is going to have unintended consequences. Because unlike the last administration and the last regime of GOP who held power, liberals and leftists and Democrats in particular have no compunction about wielding power to make sure that this doesn't happen again and that they protect their new corporate interests in the form of every fucking hedge fund billionaire, every fucking internet entrepreneur who's fucking went public with a fucking SPAC and is a billionaire telling me the Davos fucking crowd. Those motherfuckers are leftists. They're all bid in on the Great Reset, and they don't like the plebs figuring out their game.
So the almighty fuck off hammer is going to come, and it's going to come painfully. And this is where you should have taken the time to kind of at least understand a little bit of what's going on in the stock market so that you don't understand what they're about ready to do to you as an individual and as a civilian and a citizen. Like, these are rights that you should be able to utilize and wield in the market just like any fucking buddy else. If you have money in the stock market,
it's insider trading.
the same consideration.
It's insider trading, naked short selling, and all the other illegal things. We're not accredited investors. We don't get in on this.
It's wrong.
This is why there's motherfuckers storming capitals and bringing stock markets and hedge funds to their knees.
Can we just lighten the mood a little bit here?
Yeah. Yeah, she's lovely.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Look at all those guys.
Lloyd with an LAWD.
That is a big LAWD. That's like an LAWD 40.
LAWD 40.
I mean, good God, you talk about loot anyways.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to, it's like this. I mean, hold on, one more second. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, sorry about that.
Boy, this is where we've gone now.
This is where we've gone.
Did we put up? Did we put up the explicit content warning or?
Good morning. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but good morning.
We tried.
I only have this one now.
We tried. That's the only one available.
Look at how disappointed Sean is right there. Look at how disappointed he is in everybody.
He's very disappointed in everybody.
Yeah.
All right, but in all seriousness, though, like, I mean, if you guys want to know a lot of the pieces, and Michael Lewis is like a perfect guy for this. So he wrote this one. He did also write The Big Short, and he wrote another Wall Street book because he used to be a Wall Street guy. Read, like, at least the Flash Boys and The Big Short, and not the movie. Just read the book, and you will understand, like, the game is sort of rigged, and people are starting to figure out how to play it. Now, you're never going to play it like a lot of these cats in that book did.
Well, isn't that the story? Isn't that the story of everything that we've seen in the past, 9 months to a year? Is that you had this existing power structure that has really, in my mind, overplayed their hand to the point where a lot of people have woken up to exactly just how fucked up it is. And the fact that we're not even talking about conspiracy theories, we're talking about conspiracies. And then this is just more of that. And so this is why they've got to come down hard, because there's so many people that have got it figured out. And how do you ever rein them back in? Well, there's only one way to do that. If you're a government, you wield the power of the state, and all political power comes from the barrel of a gun.
And you change the rules every chance
you get. The plebs figured it out. Now it's time to change the rules. It's kind of like the Great Reset is happening, guys. It's not going the way they think they planned it out to be.
Right.
There is a reset happening. And again, I will add to my long list of lies we were told over the last 10 months. PCR-CT testing, lockdowns and stay-at-home orders would flatten the curve. Wuhan lab theory of coronavirus outbreak was a crazy conspiracy theory. Vitamin C and D not effective. South Dakota, Florida, Georgia, Texas did it wrong. California, New York did it right. COVID case numbers and deaths with COVID instead of deaths of COVID. The Great Reset is the conspiracy theory. Hydroxychloroquine is not effective and safe. And efficacy of masks, slightly exaggerated.
Now, do we want to say what Biden had to say? And I know I threw that clip in the chat. I'm sure everybody's seen it, but it's almost worth watching again. But it's like, do we think can what he's saying and what's coming out of his mouth, during these times, is that lying? Is there fact checks on what he's saying? Is he? No, what do we call that?
He's so boring and normal.
What do we call the crap that comes out of that man's mouth exactly? I mean, is he even senile enough, or is he even sane enough to be where he's at? Has he gone completely senile?
You know what my favorite thing is, Sean?
Well, that's that, buddy.
He had the keys to the kingdom on this whole COVID code. He was going to crack the case. And then he gets elected, and he's like, there's no changing that trajectory. I mean,
well, that's because he knew that.
This shit is a disaster. It's a Delta Fire, man.
He's like, I fucking lied.
That's because he knew they were going to change the way they do PCR testing, and he wouldn't have to do shit. And all of a sudden, California would open. New Mexico is going to let kids go back to schools. I mean, I haven't kept up too much with everybody else who's suddenly having this miracle.
I would have preferred him just say, well, I fucking lied. Yep, I got you guys. I got you good.
Maybe
we are going to have enough vaccines to fully vaccinate 300 Americans, according to him. So,
yeah. And on the Mexico news, I think 4 counties have moved from red to yellow.
Magical.
Oh yeah,
I know San Juan County saw a. Now I didn't fact check this, so if you got a problem, you're gonna have to take it up with the manager. I'm just spitting out what he gave me. But they said the cases here had dropped by 400% last week.
Are the cases on the stock market? Like, what the fuck?
Man, if I would have shorted the case numbers, I'd be a millionaire right now.
Sell. Fire sale. The whole market's going down.
Oh my God.
Holy crap.
I need that face mask anyways, though. That's not.
Dude, that would be dope. That would be
I'm working on something.
One of four.
But no, guys. This is fine.
I mean, everything's fine.
Because you know what? At least it's not Trump.
Well, and they're going to stack the Supreme Court, so we've got that going for us. That'll be fun.
Yeah, so I've heard that this commission that's going to investigate the court. It's just like they're going for broke. They've made no bones about it. And this is the problem between basic bitch conservatives in the GOP and leftists and Democrats. From a Machiavellian standpoint, once they have power, they have no compunction on using it, and they aren't afraid to use it, and they use it ruthlessly. You mark my words.
Not at all. And it really is like the ring of power. You know? You cannot wield it. None of us can. The ring bows to Sauron alone. It has no
into the fire!
No. I was there, Gandalf, in the fires of Mordor, when the courage of man fell.
Share the load.
Okay, I finished.
We need like Emperor Palpatine, man. Unlimited power.
But meanwhile, Tulsi Gabbard is like, "Get out of the road, you fools!"
You know, that is something for real. It's like in all of this. I mean, remember when Hillary Clinton came out against Tulsi Gabbard and was like, "She's Russian. She's a Russian asset," and she was trying to push that whole game. Whatever happened to that? Can we get an investigation into that at least?
Because she incited, she spit misinformation. That could have incited a riot.
Well, let's be honest.
Big up to Rand Paul, who got up on stage and said, "You do remember that we were at a fucking baseball game and we got murdered. We almost got murdered by a Bernie supporter, right? I mean, we remember this, right? I wasn't calling for Bernie Sanders to be removed from the Senate, but this is clown world. It doesn't matter anymore.
Rules.
It doesn't matter anymore.
But not for me.
Share.
One party rule.
All right.
You ready?
And then, of course, the ACTJ.
Yeah, sure. I think we're probably ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
We're ready.
I think we'll do it. With that said, ladies and gentlemen,
as I'm ever gonna be.
No difference.
Toe beans.
Toe beans.
Good night.
But my penis.
But my penis.